Good morning, dear children. Yesterday we started our civics lesson number first, democracy. Today we are going to see the simple definition about the democracy. Let us get back to our discussion on similarities and differences among the governments that are called democracies. One simple factor common to all the democracy is the government is chosen by the people. You know what is mean the democracy? Democracy means in a simple way the government which is chosen by the people. We could start with the simple definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Means the Abraham Lincoln also given one definition about the democracy. Government is for the people, of the people, and by the people. That definition is given by the Abraham Lincoln, but it is true in all the country or not, that we are going to see now. That democracy is the part where the people having the every authorities for the choosing the government. But it is true in every country that we will going to discuss in this lesson. This is a useful starting point. This definition allows us to separate the democracy forms of government that are already not democratic. The army rulers of Myanmar were not elected by the people. Those who happened to be in control of army became the rulers of the country. Means the army ruler not chosen by the people. But in Myanmar we can see the main leader of the army ruler, he owned the government. So there we cannot say that democracy is fulfill his condition. The democracy's condition is there कि the leader is chosen by only the people. People had no say in these decisions. People then deny that particular person, though thorn. Dictators like the Pinochet is the Spanish word, are not elected by the people. This is also applies to the monarchies. The kings of the Saudi Arabia rule not because the people have chosen them to do so, but because they happen to be born into the royal family. Means see, some peoples, those who are overthrown the country, that came from the military coup. There is some person who thrown the government or thrown the country, they came from the kingdomship. This simple definition is not adequate. It reminds us that democracy is a people rule. But if we use this definition in an unthinking manner, we would end up calling almost every government that holds an election a democracy. That would be very misleading. As we shall find out in the chapter 3, every government in contemporary world wants to be called a democracy, even if it is not so. Thus is why we need to carefully distinguish between a government that is a democracy and one that pretends to be one. Means here we can see ki in which country where is the fairly we can found democratic government, and in some of the country we can see ki there are not fair judgment about the democratic government. We can do so by understanding each word in this definition carefully and spelling out the features of the democratic government. Now, what are the features of the democratic government that we are going to discuss? Features of the democracy. We have started with the simple definition that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. It means who is the ruler of our country. Suppose in India Mr. Modi is our ruler, so he is elected by the people and he is everything for take any kind of the decision of his country. This raises many questions. Who are the rulers in the definition? Which officials must be elected for the government to be called a democracy? Which decision may be taken by non-election official in the democracy? So what kind of the election constitutes a democratic election? What condition must be fulfilled for an election to be considered democracy? Who are the people who can elect the rulers or get elected as a rulers? Should this include every citizen on an equal basis? Can a democracy deny some citizen this right? Finally, what kind of the form of government is a democracy? Can elected rulers or whatever they want in the democracy? Simply, we can say here the basic features of the democracies are: in a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people, a person who having elected by the people. The democracy elections offer the people a choice and fair opportunity to the changes their rulers. Democracy people having the opportunity to change their ruler. The right of vote is available to the all citizens. You know that in the democracy, the right of the vote is available to all citizens, and a democratic government rules within the limits set by the constitutional law and the citizens' right. These are the main and important features of the democracy. Here is finally what kind of the form of government is a democracy. Can elected rulers of whatever they want in democracy, or must a democratic government function with some limits? Is it necessary for a democracy to respect some rights of citizen? Let us consider each of these questions with the help of some examples. Now all the features are fulfilled by the countries or not. It is democratic country or not, that we will going to learn in the next paragraph. Major decision by elected leader. Now here is Pakistan example is given here. So that is really a democratic country, or what are not appropriate to fulfill that definition, that we will going to see now. See, major decision by elected leaders. So, in Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf in 1999, October 1999, led a military coup. He overthrew a democratical election government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Later, he changed his decision to president, and in 2002 held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5 years extension. Pakistan media, human rights organization and democratic activists said that the referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. Means he thought that overthrew a democratically elected government, but it was the malpractices which done by him. So declared himself the chief executive, and he declared himself the chief executive. We see. So this is the malpractice. This is a fraud done by himself. In August 2002, he issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Then he changed his decision to president. 2002 held a referendum that granted him a 5 years extension. According to Pakistan media, human rights organization and democratic, the referendum was based on the malpractice and fraud. August 2002, he issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. So here we cannot say कि he is the legally president of the Pakistan. Clearly, there are the many reasons why the Pakistan under General Musharraf should not be called a democracy. But let us focus on one of these. Can we say that the rulers are elected by the people in Pakistan? Not quite. People may have elected their representative to the National and Provincial Assembly, but those elected representatives were not really the rulers. They cannot take the final decision. The power to take final decision rests with the army officers and with the General Musharraf, and none of them were elected by the people. Means, see, among those here with the General Musharraf, many army officers are there, and the original power is not in their hand because they are not elected by the people. But they done the fraud, and with the fraud they came on that position, particular position. This happens in the many dictatorship and the monarchies. They formally have an election parliament and government, but the real power is with those who are not elected. In few countries, the real power was with some external power and not with the local elected representatives. This cannot be called a people rule. This gives us the first feature कि in a democracy the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. First feature of the democracy is here. In the democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people only. That is your first feature of the democratic government. Now the second feature, free and fair electoral competition. The election are case of China. We are now study about the China. कि fair election is there or not. So elections are regularly held after every 5 years for the parliament. Kanun go remain the the National People Congress. That is the name of their National People Congress. It means the party, that parliament name is there in China. National People Congress is the parliament name in the China. So in China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament, called the Kanungo Renmi Daibibo Dahui National People Congress. The National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. It has nearby the 3,000 members elected from all over the China. Near about 3,000 members are elected from all over the China for ruling the country. Some members are elected by the army. Before contesting election, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Only those who are members of the Chinese Communist Party or its smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest election held in 2002 or 2003. The government is always formed by the Communist Party. There is the ruling party is the Communist Party, and only this party member form the election, contest the election. Since its independence 1930, Mexico hold the election after every 6 years to elect its president. The country has never been under a military or dictator's rule, but until 2000, every election was won by a party called a PRI. PRI, you should tell it that party, the party Institutional Revolutionary Party. It means the PRI. Should read it backside from the backside IRP. Likewise, IRP means Institutional Revolutionary Party. So opposition parties did contest the election, but they never managed to win. The PRI was known to use the many dirty tickets to win the election. All those who were employed in the government officers had to attend its party meeting. Means that party compelled everybody, those who are the government servant, those who are the schooling teacher, to attend a meeting. And in the school teachers, they forced them कि you should tell to your parent कि they have to vote for that same party. The teachers of the government school used to force parents to vote for the PRA. Media largely ignored the just a minute ignored the activities of the opposition political parties except to criticize them. Sometimes the polling booths were shifted from one place to another in the last minute, which made it difficult for the people to cast a vote. Means what that PRI they conduct the election and what they forced the people to give the vote for their parties. At the very last moment, what they did, they uh, shifted their polling booths also. Means there is also we can't found a fair election. The PRI spent a large sum of the money in the campaigning for its candidate. Should we consider the election described above as an example of the people electing their rulers? Reading this example, we get a sense that we cannot uh, tell that a good type of the election or that democratic government is there. There are the many problems here. In China, the elections do not offer the people any serious choice. They have to choose the ruling party and the candidates approved by it. Can we call this a choice? In this the Mexican example, people seems to be really have a choice, but in practice they had no choice. There was no way the ruling party could be defeated even if the people were against it. These are not a fair election. Here, compare and contest, we can say that with the China and Mexico, we can thus add a second picture of our understanding of democracy. Holding election of any kinds is not sufficient. The election must offer a real choice between the political alternatives, and it should be possible for the people to use this choice to remove the existence ruler if they wish so. So democracy must be based on a fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of the losing. We shall find out more about a democratic election in the chapter 3. Here the compare contrast contest I given to you the China with the China and Mexico election do not offer people any serious choice. In Mexico, people seems to really have a choice, but in the practice they had no choice. In China, they have to choose the ruling party and the candidates approved by it. And in Mexico, there was no way the ruling party could be defeated even if people were against it. These are not a fair election. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election, and that free and fair election we can see in India only. Now the next part we will see in next video.